What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin aka Majin Greasy here. I appreciate you for clicking on this video. Make sure you take a second and hit the subscribe button and hit a like for the algorithm, and let's get straight into this video. What I want to talk about today is really the book that got me started on my journey and really gave me the push I needed to go out and chase my dreams, leave my hometown. For a little bit of backstory, I moved from Toronto, Ontario. If you're familiar with Canada or Ontario specifically, then I moved from Brampton, Ontario. I moved across the country to Vancouver, BC. And really, for the short story, the main reason why I moved was because I just felt a deep urge to put myself in an uncomfortable situation to force myself to grow. That's really the long and short of it. I'll get more into it into a different video. But the book that really gave me that push to take that leap of faith was The Alchemist. Now, I don't want to ruin the book for anybody because I think it's an amazing read. And I think if you're somebody who is trying to chase some type of higher calling, or there's a big decision you need to make and you're kind of on the fence or you're afraid to take that leap of faith, The Alchemist is really a great book for that. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil it, but also what I do want to mention in this video is that I'm going to be starting a book series where I actually break down different books that I'm reading and give different insights as to how it helps me, or at least what I take from it. And hopefully that insight can help you guys. But yeah, The Alchemist, it just gave me that push to really take a leap of faith and take a bet on myself. And I think moving cities was probably the best thing that I ever did in my life. It forced me, like I said, to grow. It forced me to get comfortable being uncomfortable. It forced me to become a man. It forced me to take accountability for my life and all the actions that I made leading up to it. And it forced me to face my shortcomings, face my failures, face really everything that was going on negatively in my life, and also look at the positives and realize that I'm in control of my life and my destiny. And The Alchemist, again, I think it's a 10 out of 10 book. So I'm going to be rereading it. It's going to be the first book I read in my new book series where I'm probably going to read about 10, I'm still trying to figure it out, maybe 10, between 10 and 30 pages a day, and really give like a breakdown of what I took from that reading session. But a little bit more backstory on the move and why I kind of moved, to give you guys a little bit insight on who I am and just more about me. So I lived in Ontario all my life. I lived in Brampton specifically for the majority of that time, and that's the city that I was in. And I just felt stuck. I felt like I had not lived up to my potential. I wasn't doing what I needed to do as a man, and really was stuck, lost. And I read The Alchemist, and before I moved to Vancouver, I actually planned on moving a year earlier, but fear stopped me from moving. And so I stayed. And I don't want to say I regret that decision to stay, but I definitely had this feeling in my gut like I was passing up on something that I needed to do. And when I read The Alchemist, it gave me that confirmation that, for better or for worse, I need to make a decision. And I needed to make that decision now. And so I moved from Brampton, Ontario to Vancouver, BC with nothing but the clothes on my back and whatever could fit in my car and my car itself. And that has been something. Like I said, I'm going to break it down in another video, but I just really wanted to talk about The Alchemist a little bit without spoiling it, at least, which is kind of difficult, but let's go for it. So the book really is a book about self-discovery, I will say that. And you need to read it. You need to read it. And if you're someone who enjoys watching people break down books and things that that you can learn from specific books, then make sure you tap into my book series. I think it's going to be done through YouTube Shorts and probably TikToks as well. I'm going to upload to both platforms, but I'm going to have a good time breaking down this book and all that it did for me and all the different lessons that I learned from it. So, yeah, I think I'll leave that there for now. I don't want to go in too deep into it because when I do the book series, I'm definitely going to spoil the book for you. So if you guys want to get a real breakdown of everything that I gained as far as insight, then make sure you tap into that book series. But definitely a good read. And like I said, this is the book that really changed my life. It 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 made me double down on myself. It made me double down on myself. It made me make the decision to take the leap of faith and move to a different city with, quite frankly, nothing. And I wouldn't suggest that anybody do what I did, but at the same time, I'd be a hypocrite because it's what I did and I don't regret it. So I can't say don't do what I did, but I think I could have definitely made a more informed decision in terms of having work set up, having a place to live set up, because it was a grind. It was a grind, and again, I'll get more into that story in another video. But I just want to give that little heads up that I'm gonna be starting a book series, and it's gonna be based. The first book is gonna be The Alchemist, and we're gonna really get a deep dive into it. But just wanted to give that little heads up for you guys. And so, if you are looking forward to watching that series, then make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know whenever I upload. But I appreciate you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.